inside out. Okay. So, hi everybody. This is Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop here in Torrington, Connecticut, and I am, as promised, I am super excited about this. I have Rosann Fleischauer here with me. She is the book that I have spoken about so many times, the Cozy Coastal Knits book, and Rosann has been here today doing a class for us with crochet and granny squares, and we've just had so much fun. So we've just finished up with the class, and I promised that we would be talking about her trunk show and her book and just have a general fun discussion with Rosann today. So I'm so happy to be able to share Rosann here with you.
Oh, thank you for having me today.
Yes, I am so happy. I've been looking forward to this.
As have I, thank you.
Oh, that's great. So, the way that I found out about Rosann was her wonderful, wonderful book. And we have been, let's see, the book has been out for a couple years?
Just about 2 years.
2 years now.
Almost
okay.
2 years to the day.
Okay. So Rosann has, this book has sold like crazy in the shop. And there have been so many projects in here that people have made. And we have the trunk show with some garments that are in this book here. Now, you will have known the book from the, whoops, and I always get the name.
No, it's a beach bandana.
That's it. So this is the yarn that was actually shown in the book, the Ravello.
Yes.
Yes, and it just a delight to knit with. But we've also made this with, which I just dropped right behind you, in the Sonata Shima.
Well, the best part is you can really make it in almost any yarn. It can even make it in a heavier weight if you wanted to as well. Some of these other beautiful Noro colorways would look fantastic.
Right. And I think, did you have another one that you did, or did we leave that in the back?
The other one is the East Bay Bicycle Path.
Okay.
Which was also done in Noro yarn. It's in a different one in the book, but the Noro colorways are just so spectacular because of the length of color that you get in them.
Right.
It just really makes the patterns pop.
Right, right. Well, we love our Noro here, as you all know that. So okay, so let's we're gonna go through some of, we have the garments here. So let's pick.
Let's start with that one.
Yeah, let's do that. And I'll find it in the book too.
This is the East Bay Bicycle Path, and this is the one skein version, and the colorway should be very familiar to you.
Yes.
Because you're doing that fabulous blanket with it.
Absolutely. The color. Oh, I always mess it up. But look how pretty it is. Yes, the baby blanket that is in the new Noro magazine, and this is the colorway that I'm making the baby blankie in.
And the nice thing about it is the yarn does all the work for you. So this East Bay Bicycle Path can be done in almost any yarn. You can do it in something that has nice long color runs like this. You could do it in something speckled. In the book, it's actually done in a speckled yarn.
Do you remember what page that was in?
No, I don't remember what page, but
let's see.
Early on.
Early on? Oh, here
right
it is.
There. That's one version of it, and I'll go right before it.
What?
Maybe it's right after. This is a version of it.
Okay, so this is one version of it right here.
Yep, and that is the worsted version, and that is Orchids and Martello Tower.
And let's see. If it's,
and there's the
oh,
East Bay
there we go.
coastline.
So this is a nice big one.
Yep.
Look at that.
Now
Beautiful.
that one's 900 yards, and this is one. What do they call them? A dinosaur egg?
Oh, is that what they call it?
Dragon egg.
Dragon egg.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is Natsumiki, so this is another one of those colors. And so this is almost a little over 500 yards.
Yeah,
so one of these will make that.
To make it this size. Or if you wanted to make it larger, you could use 2 of those.
Right,
and make it a larger size. But this one is rather ample.
Yeah, no,
and
I like that.
And because it's got the drop stitches in it, you get a little extra view of the beautiful yarn.
Right.
You get nice long stripes of it.
Yeah, that's a great use of that yarn, or great use of any of the Noro yarns. Very, very pretty. You know what I'm going to do, because I want to make sure, ooh, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm just going to move the camera just a little bit. There we go, because I really, we want to zoom in on Rosann and her beautiful garments. That is lovely. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Again, the yarn does all the hard work, and it just makes it a fun project. This is a good one to do on the road because it's all knit and purl. And
I'm liking that. Yeah, that's definitely See, now the baby blanket takes 2 balls. Now this is such a great project for that. Oh, and the other thing that I wanted you to know too is, so I have a whole bunch of these books here in the shop, and Rosann was kind enough to sign each book. So if you decide to get one of these books, it will be a signed copy, okay, while supply lasts. Okay, so let's see what else we have here.
And this is the same thing in another yarn that it just shows off a long color run.
Yeah,
so you can do it in a
pretty.
sock weight yarn too.
Oh,
so if
okay.
you have maybe the Silk Garden sock,
Oh,
that
yes.
would be fabulous.
Yes,
to
I
do
would
it
love.
with.
Oh, okay. So many choices. So many choices. Oh, yes. Because I do love Nora sock yarn. That is absolutely lovely. Okay, so what else do we have in here?
Well, let's see. We've also got, well, we're crocheting today, so we should.
We
show
were
a few
crocheting. We will
crochet
definitely
things.
be doing crochet as well.
Yes. So
Now,
do you want to do stuff in the book first?
Let's do the stuff in the book first, because then
This-
we're going to delve into crochet.
I can't wait to reimagine this one in the Noro yarn. Could you
Ooh.
imagine doing this one?
Absolutely. That would be stunning. Absolutely.
You could do it in a solid. You know how the Silk Garden comes in the solid.
Yes.
Or the
Yes.
solos. Imagine it like if you did it with this.
Yes, this is the
Akari.
Akari Solo. Yeah, oh my goodness. You know what you could even do? Here, I have it right here. Just one second. I have 2 that go beautifully
Perfect.
together. Look at this. We have an
Wouldn't that be
Akari
fun?
Solo. I know I've shown this before, but Akari Solo with the regular Akari would be lovely for that. And
Yep.
this has such a beautiful hand
This
as
has
well.
a great drape to it. I really
Yes.
enjoy working with that one.
Yes.
And the nice thing about the solos is you pick up some aspect of the skein of the regular one. So you could even do something very
Here it
almost,
is.
you know,
Let's
you
see.
really can paint your own colorway.
Oh yeah, there you go. So there it is on the model. Yeah, very pretty.
And it's just fun to be able to learn how to do the yarn substitutions. There's actually a whole chapter in the book on yarn substitutions.
You know, I don't, and this is something I have spoken of before, but normally the beginning parts of the, what do they call it? The beginning of the book.
Usually
The introduction, I normally, I mean, I just don't look at it.
Well, mine's over 20 pages.
Yes, and I have to say, I have gone through it, and I keep finding stuff that I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I read the introduction to this book.
Oh, good.
So many great things, and pertains specifically to yarns in the book, and you jinxed us. Rosann was saying, okay, well, let's wait for one of the sirens to go by the fire truck, and here we go. Here we go. Okay, we'll let it go by. Okay, they're going by very quickly. Okay, thanks.
My fault.
But no, she talks about, yes, yarn substitution is of such, you have to read it. I mean, it is definitely worth reading, and I never read intros, and this is a very good one.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
It was important
Good
to
job.
me because not everybody has access to the same yarns or has access to the same yarns made of the same materials.
Yeah.
You know, someone may not like to work with worsted wool, but they want to work with worsted cotton. Will it work? Maybe.
Right.
And there's a whole chapter to help people do that.
Right, and you also have a whole chapter on here on swatching,
Yes.
which we know how much some of you love to do swatching, but there were some really great tips in here.
Thank you.
I read it like a year ago, or maybe even longer ago than that. So I'm not remembering anything off the top of my head right now, but I just remember telling some of my girls at Thursday nights, you need to read this. And I remember reading a couple things to them. Yeah.
My favorite is doing the gauge swatches in the round because
Very
a lot of
important.
folks, they don't know how to do that. And it's something that can be really helpful when you're trying to do a project, maybe in a yarn you're not familiar with, making sure that you'll get the gauge that you need to.
Yeah, and swatching in the round is really, really important because your swatch really does come out differently in the round versus flat, versus metal needles, versus bamboo needle. I mean, all that does make a huge difference in your swatching.
And in cases where there was a particular pattern that the yarn didn't behave well with certain needles, I made sure that I told folks what needles were used for the best results.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing I do have to say about this book too, which I have mentioned, so well written. I am a very anxious pattern writer. Very, just, it's not my favorite thing to do. Just give me the yarn, give me the needles, and I will work it out on my needles. And maybe I'll yell out the directions to somebody, let them write it out. I hate doing that. But you just write, I feel so confident when I am going and following your pattern that it is perfect. It is dead on. The stitches are exactly the number of stitches that is supposed to be on your needle. That's such a great, it's such a plus. Yeah, such a plus.
It's very kind of you.
Oh, no problem. I only say what I really mean.
That's why we get along so well.
Okay, so let's see. What's next on our list here?
Well, then we also had, this one was one of the ones that I wear all the time. This is
so
the
pretty.
clam bake poncho.
Yes.
Now this can be done really in any yarn that you want to do it in, and there's modifications that you can make too.
Mm-hmm.
So this one happens to be kind of an average length,
Mm-hmm.
but if you wanted to make it longer, you could follow this pattern, and you could, instead of doing the seams,
Mm-hmm.
you could put granny squares in between to give it more length.
Oh, how cute would that be, huh?
You could do granny squares at the bottom to give it more length.
Yes, that would be adorable.
So there's a bunch of different ways that you can take this shape and make it your own.
You know what else you could do?
Yeah?
You could do granny squares up this side like this.
Yes, you could.
Yes.
Because, as we learned today in class, you
Mhm.
can pick up your stitches right from your granny square.
Yes.
So you could work one direction, then the other from the
That would
granny.
be adorable.
And this one is done in a fingering weight yarn.
Mhm.
So you could use, what do we have?
Oh, yes, we pulled some yarns
we did
for
pull
you.
some fabulous ones.
Let's see, they're probably all
These
buried.
were
There they are.
gorgeous.
Okay,
Look at these.
yes.
I mean, imagine doing, you could do this earth yarn
Mm-hmm.
with the earth solid.
Yes, pretty.
You could do this one.
Yes, that
This
is lovely.
Araucania.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah.
You could,
Find a solid to go with that.
yeah, solid to go with it. Maybe
Yeah,
even
mhm.
this one.
I think, did we pull the blue one out too?
I don't
Or
think
maybe,
so.
no, I didn't. Okay.
We kind of ran
No,
out of room. We
okay.
need a bigger table.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, there's this idea of being able to take yarn that just speaks to you when you go to the yarn shop and
Here, I'm
being
just
able
gonna
to
grab
say
it like this.
that the garment is something that you'll want to wear. And that's really
It
the
has
point.
so much drape.
And so you're working on a non-traditional size needle when you do
Yeah.
this with the fingering or one weight yarn,
And it's knit sideways too.
and it's
just,
done sideways.
See?
Because that's one of the big criticisms, is that a lot of projects are done either top down or bottom up,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't get the vertical striping as easily.
And some of us really, really appreciate the vertical striping very, very much. It's just it's flattering for anybody.
It is, and
It
that's
really
why
is.
I prefer it.
Yeah.
If
so
I can
pretty.
do either something that has a chevron, or I can do something where it's a vertical stripe, I just think
Mhm.
it's more enjoyable for
Yeah.
people, and it's not just like everything else.
Now, what size needle was this done? Because it's definitely.
I think it's either an 8 or a 6.
Okay, yeah, because
Want
it's
me to have it?
definitely very, very. Here, I'll let you take that.
Sure.
And I had it. Now let me just see if I can find it again. Oh, here it is. Okay, so
Yep.
needle size is 7.
7.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you could also do a version of it with sock yarn. So there it is.
There you go. There it is on the model.
And then I think the next pattern in the book might be a similar version of the same concept, but with sock
Oh
yarn.
yeah, there we go with the sock yarn.
So if you've got all those striped, self-striping sock yarns that you haven't used yet, this is a great way to use it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's a 7 for that as
Yeah,
well.
and you get
Yeah.
the vertical striping.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about the superwash or the sock yarn is you can wash it and not
Mhm.
worry about it.
Yeah, it's such a nice weight. I mean, it'll definitely give you a nice little layer when you need it, like if you're in, air conditioning. But at the same time, it's just light and not heavy at all.
That's why I like the ponchos, because you can use them as layering elements too.
Mhm.
So you can put them under a coat, or you can put them over a coat.
Right, right.
Just to give that extra little layer when you need it.
Okay.
And I just think these will be wonderful together.
Yeah, those are great colors.
The Earth Unique's
Okay.
beautiful yarn. Oh wait, I can reach the blue.
Oh, can you reach it?
I can reach the
Okay. We've got yarn everywhere here. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. That is just such a pretty
That
colorway.
one just screams ocean.
Yes.
So it would be perfect for Newport Fun
Yes.
Bake.
Okay, so let's see what else we have.
Oh, this one was fun too. Especially at this time of the year to work in cotton.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is the Orchids Martello Tower.
Find that one.
So based on our yarn substitution.
Yeah.
Cumulus. And if you haven't been in to see all the beautiful colors of Cumulus, you have to come in and see them in person if you can. They're just gorgeous.
And this one here, this was done in the rainbow.
Yep, it is.
And, well, this one's stripes, but we also have rainbow too. But just look at, and I did do a shawl of some sort quite a while ago in these colors, but look at just how pretty. So this was a solid.
This
was a solid here, and then here's your rainbow.
Exactly.
So you could do anything like that, or you could do dappled and then a solid up here, or the whole thing.
You could use the dappled and then do solids at the bottom. If you had some pieces that were left over from other projects, if you had a few solids left over, partial skeins, you could do some fabulous striping at the bottom.
Yeah.
And remember, when you do this one, two of them makes the poncho.
Just two.
Well, if you were to make two of these,
two of those will make a poncho.
You could make a poncho out of it. Well,
let me see this. So is this a perfect? Is this a? Oh, so this is a triangle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could wear it like this, and then have your back piece.
Yep.
And then you've got this nice little.
Again, you get the vertical element.
Yes. Very nice. And this yarn is so incredibly soft too. 100% cotton. Now I'm not. I always tell you this, I'm not a cotton knitter, but this, I have made so many things in this yarn because it does feel nice. I love the weight of it.
And it washes well too.
Yeah, very pretty.
So it's one of those products that you can just keep coming back to. And with all the different speckles in it and the different patterning, they all go together.
Right.
So you can make your stripes pick up one of the colors or another. And I just like that attribute of it.
Okay.
And then I think a lot of folks have liked this one too.
Okay. Oh, is that the one with the hood?
This is the Cold Spring Harbor hooded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that was more closer.
So this one is done in a DK weight. So this is the way the hood is done. Do you want to show the picture?
Yeah, there you go. So that's what it looks like on. And then also, let me show you with the hood on her. Here we go.
So when you want a little extra layer of warmth, and those winter winds start to blow, this one would look great again in the one of the solids, the solos from Noro, and then you could use any one of their many varied. Could you imagine?
Just that would be so nice. That little pop-up color there. Yes.
And if we think about yarn substitution for it, if you wanted to jump it up to a worsted size yarn, you could do the same pattern and just not do as many repeats.
Right. I love the little eyelets in where the color is.
It just gives it a little pop.
Yes.
Yeah. So that one is a lot of fun to do too. And I just like these because they're social.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw something. Okay. I thought I saw a different edging on there. Okay.
It's a garter edge.
Yeah.
And you know what it looks a little different is because of the variegated yarn. It has those long color runs in it.
Right.
And it makes a difference to them.
Yeah. Cute.
And again, two of them would be a poncho with the hoods.
And you know what's one of my favorites? That red metallic.
This one?
I adore that.
I wear this one a lot.
So pretty.
It's tough to find though.
The yarn?
Yeah, this one is.
It is pretty with the sparkle, and I'm not usually like a real sparkle person, but it's just enough.
You could do it with the bamboo.
I think I know what yarn this is. Yeah, and you can't get this anymore.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could definitely do this. This is the Pacific poncho, and there's two versions of it. There's the Atlantic and the Pacific.
Oh, okay.
And this one is 100% rayon, but rayon is not unlike what we can usually find now as a cotton and bamboo blend. And if you had a similar yarn that gave you a similar hand, you could also add in a little sparkle of your own.
Oh, sure. They've got a lot of those threads now that you could just knit in with it, and it gives you that nice little, Oh, yes, and I have some of that. That would be a great way to use that up. Yes, absolutely. All right, so this is the Pacific one?
This is the Pacific.
Okay, so here we go. So that's the Pacific, on.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me see if there's another one of those. So it's basically a rectangle that you stitch.
You make a rectangle, you block the rectangle, and then you do the seam.
Yeah. So there it is again on her. And then we also have, so that's the Pacific, and here's the Atlantic.
And the Atlantic is also the one on the cover.
Yep, right there.
So by using a DK weight yarn and pulling it and stretching it a little bit as
Mhm.
it dries, to let it block a little bit larger, it
Right.
gives you a more gentle hand to the fabric
Yeah,
too.
yeah, but it's just so, again, very, what's the word that I want?
It adds a little elegance
Yes,
to your outfit.
it does. But the drape is beautiful. This would look lovely on anybody. It's so pretty.
Yep, and you can, if you wanted to make it longer for a taller torso,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want, you would just add more rows because it's a rectangle.
Right,
And if you wanted it to be wider, you would just cast on more stitches.
right,
And
right.
as long as you do it in multiples that suit the pattern,
Right.
you're all set on that.
Okay, yep.
And that's one of the reasons I like these, because it's an easy project to do, but it looks much more complicated.
Oh yeah, no, it's very, very elegant looking. I
Thank
really
you.
do like that.
And any
Okay.
cotton rayon blend will work for that.
Mhm.
Bamboo.
Okay.
Or that silk from Jody Long. Do you have that? Delish?
Oh, the delish.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that would be really nice.
Oh, that would be so elegant. Yes,
And it
delish would
comes
be
in
lovely.
some really beautiful deep jewel tones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That, with the jewel tones, it would really capture the light.
Right. Ooh, yes, very nice. Okay, we need to come up with some extra time to do all this stuff. Okay, so then we have that piece.
This one is another good one for social knitting because it's two rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you fold it, it makes a poncho.
Right. And what's the stitch on the front?
This is a basket weave stitch.
Okay. Very pretty.
And the basket weave will come back in the next book too because people really liked it.
Okay.
It's simple.
Did you hear that? Next book.
Yes, that's
There's
in
a
process.
next book, so
And
yes.
I brought some of the samples from that too, so you get to preview them, but don't
Yes.
tell my editor.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Guys.
So that's the 7 Mile Bridge poncho.
Oh, is it? Did I just pass it? Oh, there it is. Okay.
And then
There she
if
is.
you think about using something like this, you've got the beautiful color runs
Oh,
to do
yeah.
the front.
Yeah. Oh, right. And then you could do a solo for the right for the rest of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is the thing. There's so many projects in this book that are so knittable and just so wearable. Yeah.
You have
Great.
to make it fun to wear, otherwise people won't want to wear it.
Right.
They won't want to make them.
Okay. I think that gets us pretty much through what we're gonna. Oh, did we have something else? Oh, this.
Well,
Or is that for crochet?
This is crochet and it'll be in the next book.
Okay. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we really did a good job on the book.
Okay.
So we're going to switch gears now and we're going to go to crochet. And okay, so let's dig into crochet.
Sure, because there are some things that really crochet up in a more wearable way than things that are done in knitting. People are always asking me which do I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is really what suits the project.
Right.
And what suits the desired outcome of the project.
Mm-hmm.
So by having a few crochet skills and some knitting skills, you can do a lot more with your work.
Right.
So
and you can combine them too.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when you want to combine them,
Okay.
like we did today in class.
Yes, this is the class.
We worked on crocheting granny squares.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about how we can pick up our stitches to do a knitted cuff.
Right.
Or if you prefer not to knit, that's okay too, because you can do a crocheted cuff instead.
They're cute. So.
And again, with this one, the Noro Curion does all the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You could use the silk guard. You could use Ito. These would be really pretty.
Yeah, there's so many Noro yarns that you could use for this, or lots of other yarns too. But you know, we always talk about Noro. There's some Curion right there. So yeah, take advantage of those beautiful color runs in there. Yeah.
And again,
pretty.
the yarn does all the hard work for you, so you may as well enjoy it.
Right, right.
Enjoy the
super
process.
cute.
Thank you. So
It
the
was
idea
so fun.
Yeah, just to have a simple accessory that is accessible to a beginner crochetist
Right.
and a beginner knitter who may have some interest in learning how to do a basic granny square.
Right.
It's just a slightly different way of interpreting the yarn and working with it to make something that's enjoyable to wear.
Right. And then another project that, oh, and thank goodness I do have the book here.
Yes.
Yes, we did want to bring this up about the 52 weeks of scrap yarn. Remember that that project that I'm dying, but also Rosann is dying to do this now too, is
Yes, you
the
got me
mitts
hooked on
that are
that
in
book.
here. Yes.
And she also has a beautiful crocheted, did you see the crocheted sweater in there too? It's another one I want to
Okay,
do.
I have to take a look at that one. Where is the? I think it's further back. It's kind of sandwiched in between something else. I'm always missing it. Here we go. The Bobble Pop. So yes, there were a number of us that were looking at the book after the crochet and saying, yes, because they're doing much smaller little crochet.
Right, because we were using either a G or an H hook to
Right.
do our granny square, just in the interest of time during the
Right.
class. These are done with fingering weight, and probably an E or a D hook. I'm not 100% sure. I
Yeah.
don't know the pattern. But the Curion works better at a bigger gauge.
Right. Right.
So,
But the nice thing with this is you start with the square first, and then you work the rest of the mitt in knit. So that's
exactly.
just fun.
So
Yeah.
you get to do both, and that had some fun stitch
Oh,
patterns
and you
in
said,
it. There's a
yeah,
little-
you said
little
that there
bobble.
was that. Let me just see
There's
if I
a
can.
sweater in there too. That's
See if I could. Was that it? Did I just
no
pass it?
that that
This
sweater.
is it.
No, but
No?
look at that sweater. It's knit. It's not crochet.
Oh, that's right.
Isn't that
Yeah,
cool?
I every time I see it, I think it's crochet, but it's actually a knit square. It's probably from the center worked out.
I think
would
they are,
imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, is that
It's
it?
right next to it. Follow. Yeah.
Oh, they do. I think they weave something in the spaces, in the
Yes.
crochet spaces. They weave a yarn.
When you
or
have the
something
negative
through it.
space, right? You have the negative space between the individual shells. You can then work something back through.
Here, there's a closer look at it. Yeah, because you can see the shells, and then you can see that there's something in between that. Oh, and this is that shape.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want to
The
show that.
hexagon.
This is the hexagon. So Rosann has a cute hexagon sweater.
I'll hold up the baby one so people can see it better.
Okay, sure.
So this is 2 skeins of a bulky weight yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And
Look how
when you
cute.
fold it,
Yeah.
you
My
get a little jacket.
My sister Debbie has made a few of these,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, she loves the shape of it. She loves crocheting them because they're easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And actually, this particular one that'll be in the next book is going to be joined as you go. So there's technically
Oh.
no seams.
Oh, and we love that very much.
It's all about knowing where you have to pick up the stitches to make the seams not really be seams. They're just joins. So when you look, I don't think it'll show it very well on the camera though. But when you look at the stitches, it might be easier to see in the large. It is. It's easier to see on the adult
Yeah,
one
this
because
is
the
really
yarn
cute.
is
The adult one.
the yarn on the adult one is a little bit
Yeah.
looser gauge. So
Yeah,
if you
you
look
could
at the
see
back
this
spine,
Right there. Yeah.
Yep. So
Right
that's
there.
all join as you go instead of
Yeah.
actually requiring you to seam it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other nice thing about the join as you go method when you're crocheting is that you don't lose the cadence of the stitches like you do with seams.
Okay.
So even here on the shoulders, you don't really, I'm going to stretch
You
it
have
a
to
little
really
bit so you
look
can see it.
to find it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling it a little bit just so you can see it, but there's
Okay.
the join as you go chains
Okay.
between
Oh, okay. I
the
see it
two
now.
pieces.
Yep. Okay.
And they're just fun to make. You can make a similar shape in knitting too if you wanted to. You could make a hexagon and fold it.
Right.
So that will work
I mean,
as
isn't
well.
that like the bog jacket? Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then depending upon what your preferences are, you may decide that you want to do that in a solid. And you could also, don't forget, combine yarns too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like to work with bulky weight yarn, or you would prefer to work with something that you something you just fell in love with,
Mm-hmm.
you can always double things up, or you can triple things up, add a little mohair.
Right. Right. And we like to
Yeah.
do that too. Just add a little mohair.
Yeah, little mohair play. Like this. This one's all mohair.
Now this one, okay, I have not seen this sweater before.
This one's new.
Oh, okay, that's one. Okay.
And it is
Sideways.
actually done sideways, side to side, with different shades of mohair held together. So the
Okay.
pink is a constant.
Okay.
So there's two strands held together, and then these other colors are introduced.
Okay.
And the other colors can be introduced by either using individual skeins, or if you had a skein that happened to be already pre-painted, you could use it. But again, the idea is if you wore this way, it would present very differently than wearing it as a vertical piece.
Right, right. I like the color on it too. It's really...
Yeah, nice and easy to wear, easy to make. And the idea of not wanting the bottom edge to roll, by adding the ribbing at the bottom, even though it doesn't really have a good response in terms of like it would if it were wool. Right. It just presents by evening out the bottom. And that one is absolutely lovely to work with. The Essentials.
Yeah.
And it comes in a wide range of colors. I only grabbed 2 of them.
Yes, they have tons of colors,
Yeah, so what you can do is you can even model your own. So if you wanted to pick up 6 or 7 different colors that all spoke to you, you could use 6 or 7 colors and use one throughout to just pull all of them together.
Okay, very pretty.
And this is a case
light.
where, exactly, thank you, where the knitting the garment makes more sense than crocheting it, because just the nature of working with the mohair and giving it the hand that I wanted to give this piece, this one made more sense. This shape made more sense knit rather than crocheted. And it's very cozy. Thank you.
I'm sure.
Want to do this one?
Yes. We have such a variety of different crochets here. This is so different.
Thank you. This one was actually at Walk the Runway at Vogue Knitting Live in January.
Congrats.
Thank you. It is done in the Noro Hanui, and it could be done in almost any yarn that performs in a similar way to the Hanui. You could use the Hanui silk, which is a little lighter, but it would
be lovely.
Give you a fabulous drape.
Yes.
And if you look at it, can you guess which parts do you think it's knit or crocheted?
What do you think? You can put your answer in the comments here.
Put your answers in the comments. What do we think?
But what do you think it is? And, well, you're wrong. You're wrong. It was funny because when I was looking at it with my sister, and I'm like, it looks like knit, and I just kept saying, but it can't be because it's in the crochet box. It has to be knit. It has to be crocheted.
And it is.
Yep,
it is crocheted. The half double crochet. It's done side to side. So if you have a nice patterning, I picked out this one. I think is beautiful. If you wanted to do it in the plain.
Yeah, that's so pretty. This is the new Akari Solo. They have them. Oh, do we have a green cast going on here?
Maybe a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's more brown than that.
Yeah, it's definitely it's like and a lot of like cream in there, so it's not a flat color. But with the silk and the cotton, it's just so lovely, and it would actually be. I mean, this is it would be a little lighter weight than this, although this is so soft. The Hanui is such a nice soft wool, but this would be it would feel very decadent in this.
Or if you had Ito.
If you want color, yes, you could do Ito.
And because it's done side to side, you would get vertical striping in it.
Right,
and
right.
Spoiler alert, the whole thing is crocheted.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
I love the collar.
Thank you. If you do half double crochets in the round, they look like knit. And when you work side to side with the half double crochet, that's the effect you get.
Gonna have to give that a try.
And then I just thought these were fun to be able to do a little fringe at the bottom to give it a little motion.
Yes, love it. And this is, I mean, what's really interesting about this fringe is that it looks like it's a twisted fringe. Well, it is a twisted. It is a twisted fringe, but it's loops.
So there's no exposed edge on the bottom.
Right.
It's going to felt.
Right. And I have to try this technique out because I finally found out how they did it, and I'm like, oh, I have to try that. That looks like fun.
And you could attach it to knitwear too, because you're picking up at a rate of roughly 1-to-1 between the size of your knitting needle and your crochet hook. So you could try this edge.
No, I definitely want to do that. Definitely want to do that.
So That one's
pretty.
one of my favorite ones to wear. Thank you. And then the granny stitch, remember the granny square, it doesn't
Yes.
have to be a square.
Right.
As we discussed in class, we can make the hexagons,
Mm-hmm.
and we can also use the stitch to work flat, side to side. Like this. Make a simple triangle. And again, 2 triangles make a poncho.
Yeah.
And you could do it, imagine this.
And this is fun to do. That would just be so pretty.
And the yarn does all the hard work for
Yeah,
you. You
yeah.
get the variegated colors that are in this one. And it's just a granny stitch.
Mm-hmm. Now this is done in a lighter weight yarn. You said what, fingering?
This one is a DK weight.
It's a DK. Okay.
Yep, so it would be
Okay.
it's the,
So a bigger crochet hook on that. Give it some additional drape maybe.
yes.
Yeah.
So this one's more of a worsted weight.
Yeah.
Was this the one that was the?
This is a DK weight.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is it.
Mhm.
This is the one.
This is more of a summary version.
So you could do a summer version out of this.
This is
one-
the
Oh.
I have to think about it before I say it. Ohishiki.
That looks good.
Ohishiki.
It's
Yes.
cotton, silk, and
Mhm.
wool. So with this one, you would get the wonderful color runs,
Right.
and then you would get the lighter hand of the silk,
Mm-hmm.
which would be nice for the summer.
Yeah.
It's fun what you can do with these different blends because it just gives you a completely different hand,
Right.
and it makes something that may have only suited one season. It can be something that you could even double up on seasons for.
Right. Right. And especially it not being a mercerized cotton,
Right.
it blooms,
Mhm.
and it just gives you this warmer feel to it
Without the weight.
without the weight. Yes, exactly.
It's a lovely one to use. And then another one that you could try it in. Where did I put?
Oh, the Lena Moda. There we go.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
It would be fun in this too. So if you wanted something that has a bit of color variation, but it doesn't have the stridience of color,
Right.
you could use something like the Lena Moda from Jody Long.
Yeah.
This one, I love this one too. Again, it would be a little bit heavier weight and a little
Right.
thicker,
Yeah.
but this Jody Long Chow is fantastic to work
Mhm.
with too. And we did that with this knit.
Yeah.
We talked
that's
about
cute.
this in class today
Yes.
too. These were fun.
This is a great way to take advantage of your swatch, your sample that you were crocheting, and come up with something cute to wear.
So an 8-inch square.
Yeah.
You can do it out of one skein of the Jody Long Chow. This one happens to be the Carnival. This is
Yep.
one of the solid colors.
Mm-hmm.
And you just make 2 swatches and you put a seam in it.
Very cute.
Practice all your stitches at once.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing about the Chow is, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to throw it in the wash yet, but I
You
had
know
the
what? I
opportunity.
haven't, but I heard that it
Yeah, look.
does well, and this has been washed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, it
It's such a wonderful hand.
has not lost anything
Mm-mm.
by being washed. Not at all. Mm-mm.
Color didn't run, nothing. I really enjoyed working with this one. And it creates a nice soft fabric too.
Mhm.
So a lot of people envision crochet as being very stiff, but if you use the right yarn and you use the right
That's
gauge,
it, yeah.
it's a completely different experience,
Right.
right? So you could even do something.
Love this piece. This is so pretty
I
on.
don't know how well it's going to show up, but I'll make sure I send you a picture. So
Well, I think you should try it on.
I can try it on.
Yes. You need to. It needs to be seen on the body. Because this is so pretty. Oops. We've got a little bit of
Let me take the bracelet off.
What was the name? What was her first name? Adams.
Morticia?
Morticia. we have a little bit of Morticia going on here.
A little bit. Let's take this off.
Get that out?
Yeah, get that off because it's going to get caught.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look
Don't
how
let me
pretty
lose it.
this
I've
is.
had it since I was 16.
I think everybody was admiring this today. It's such a pretty charm bracelet.
So
But
this
look at that.
is
How
crocheted.
pretty. Look at that. Okay, you need to do a little spin, a little twirl. Look at that. Look how pretty that is.
You can use it
Oh.
as a cover up. You could use it just as a layering piece.
I love it.
And the fun part about this is it is
Mhm.
crocheted,
Yes.
but it's crocheted as a big square or a big rectangle. And then you pick up the edges and
Uh-huh.
you can add the sleeves
Oh,
if
is
you
that
want.
how it's done?
See it?
Oh, okay. I see it. Okay. Because you got them nice and,
Mhm.
you know, not tight, but fit it.
Right, fitted enough.
Very
So,
nice.
and a lot of people don't think about crochet as being something that can be fitted, but you can make fitted garments with it if you think about your stitch count and you think about your swatching and the drape of the fabric that you're going to get.
Right.
So this would be another wonderful piece. That
It looks so
you could do.
beautiful on her. I think I need to try it on after. I want to see how it looks on me.
This yarn I think would be fabulous for it, again, because it has just this little bit of almost like a marl in it.
Yeah.
And the colors are fantastic. You can do this at almost any season. And I just think that's a great yarn to do it in. But it's nice to be able to use different skills. And if I wanted to, as a matter of fact, in the book there'll be a version of this with knitted sleeves.
Ooh.
Because sometimes you get a little colder, right? You want your arms to be warm.
Yes.
Or you want to be able to do where you have it comes over your wrist.
Right.
And it might be nice to do it with a worsted weight or do a DK weight. I haven't quite figured out the sleeves yet for the knitted version, but I think it would be nice to have a full knitted sleeve on it just to make it a little bit warmer and a little more wearable.
Yeah. Oh, just love how it looks.
So that'll be a fun one. Thank you.
Okay. And we'll put this back on you so you don't lose it. It's pretty. Let's see if I can get my fingers to do this for you.
I can probably.
You can probably do it? Okay, because I'm. All right.
I've had it since I was 16. I know all of its nuances.
Oh, okay. It's very pretty.
Thank you.
Okay, so I hope that you're all having a great afternoon or day or whenever you're going to be watching this.
You're watching.
We had such a fun day today in the class.
Hopefully we can do another.
Well, well, when that new book comes out, we will be ready.
Definitely. Another yarn that you could do that crocheted piece in would be something like this, where you have the that little bit of wool. This is the Silk Garden Solo.
Right.
I never remember how much wool
it's like
10%. So you have the mohair and you have the wool that gives it a little bit of a halo, and then you have the silk in it that would give you a fabulous hand.
Yes, and nice drape to it as well too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the knitted version I may use this for, just to present it as something for summer and something for winter or fall.
Nice.
Depending on your seasons.
Very nice. Okay. All right. What else? Oh, yeah. Speaking of Silk Garden, this is Silk Garden Solo.
These are two Silk Garden Solos.
How pretty is that?
So this is an idea where this particular one is knit or crocheted.
Oh, this is crocheted.
Yes, this one is crocheted.
Trick question.
And again, by adjusting the hook size to give us a slightly lighter hand, we're able to make a triangle, add a few stripes to it, which could be offset in another colorway.
Right.
And you've got these beautiful solo colors.
Right. Or
you could even.
Where did our multi go?
Well, you could do this.
Yeah. And then I also, if you
This
just
is
wanted to just
beautiful.
go multi,
This.
that would be
I love
lovely.
this colorway.
Yeah.
This one's one of my favorite ones.
That is such a pretty one. Yeah, it is.
I don't know what it is about the way the pinks and the purple interact with the greens and the blues. It makes this a remarkably happy skein of yarn.
Yeah, I think this particular colorway is the one that's done in the 87. I'm pretty sure this the color that's in the knit along that they're doing right now, the blanket.
Could well be.
What's her name? Nikki Epstein. I think that
might
was
be,
one
yeah.
of the colors. Yeah.
But the other nice thing
And
about
that
the
is too.
Silk Garden is that you can pick up one or more of the colors.
Yeah. Well, here you go. You could put those two together if you wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a pretty blanket they're working on.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Well, lots of fun techniques being used in it.
It keeps it interesting.
Yes.
So what else strikes your fancy?
You have to show the cardigan.
This one?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, our other knit and crocheted
one. Yes. This is a beautiful combination of knit and crochet.
So this addresses the question of, can you do something that's knit and crocheted, and why would you do it? Well, one reason is because it's nice to have ribbed cuffs that are knit rather than crocheted.
Yeah.
I think you get better definition in your cuffs.
I agree.
And by varying the size of your hook, you can get a different gauge. So the sleeve is actually tapered, so you don't have to worry about having a huge bell sleeve.
Right.
And then after tapering it, adding the cuff, you can even make the cuff a little bit more narrow for a more tailored look.
Right. And this is one that you also need to model this one,
Okay. I'll put
because
this
you
one
really
on
need
as
to
well.
get the full effect of this, because you also have to show the other knitted
90
embellishment on
degrees
this.
out, but I will put this on for you.
Oh, okay. We're cool in here. Don't
Yes,
worry about it.
Thank you for turning on here. So this one has a cable detail
Yeah.
down the side, just to offer a little bit of visual interest to it.
Yeah.
And here we have our cuffs that were done. The person who wore this one was bigger than me, so it doesn't quite fit me well, but
Okay.
it tapers from the shoulder down the arm
Yes.
by varying the size of squares.
So it's nice to, for a change, to see a sleeve that is more fitted
Exactly.
than just a big, like you said, bell
The
sleeve.
bell sleeve,
Yeah.
which kind of gets in the way. And then to be
Yeah.
able to pull the bottom of it in, I don't know if you can see the bottom
There
of
we
it?
go. Yeah, there's the
and by
ribbing.
putting the ribbing on
Yes.
the bottom, and by knitting the ribbing,
Mhm.
we're allowing the yarn to, we use less yarn,
Mm-hmm.
so we're not getting as rigid of a ribbing as we would if we crocheted
Right,
it.
right, you would, yeah.
So by these combinations of knitting and crocheting in different elements in the same piece, we're able to get the best of both worlds.
Yes.
So,
I personally love doing a cardigan and doing a crochet border
yes.
around. It gives us some stability. It's also sometimes a kind of a cheater's way of doing the buttonholes.
That's true, but you get really nice buttonholes.
You do, yes, you
don't
do.
get that droopy bit around the button.
Yes, they're nice and firm, and yeah, you don't get giant buttonholes after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's one nice thing about the crochet is it's more stable, so it's less inclined to stretch after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like working with. I like mixing media together. You should
Yeah,
show
I
this
agree.
one too. Sorry about the squishy bag. This one's another pop quiz if it's knit or crochet.
Okay, only because we've already done the other sweater.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's crochet.
It is, yes. So it again is that half double,
Mm-hmm.
and
Like the edging.
this is a front and back post,
Huh?
and it gives us
What is
the
that?
ribbing, and then the rest of the hat is worked in the round.
That is adorable.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking. Well, what weight yarn is this?
This
Okay,
is a DK weight, and I used a super wash
Okay.
because I give these as gifts. And my big thing with hats
Uh-huh.
is I always make them washable when I give them as gifts.
Right.
And then rather than attaching my pom-pom, I put my pom-pom on with a button,
Okay.
so you can undo it
Yes.
and
I
then
think
wash
that's
the hat
important.
and put the button back on.
Yeah, that's really important.
And if it's a big button, that
Uh-huh.
random big button you have from some other project,
Right.
it makes the pom-pom sit on there better.
Okay. Yeah,
The
that
pom-pom stands
definitely makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm just looking at the shaping.
Mhm.
I mean, I know this. It's okay. We'll figure it out when you do get the pattern out.
So there is decreasing in the crown at a
Yeah.
regular interval so
Right.
that the hat doesn't become
does.
this big glob on top.
It's so nice. It's just put the shaping on there. It's a nice rounded. Oh, very very nice.
Thank
But
you.
also look at the edging on that. It's very cute.
Now, thank you. If I were going to make one for myself, I would use one of these solos because I would be careful of washing it.
Okay. Oh, so is this okay? I guess what I'm getting to on this is this pattern going to be like
This pattern is currently
Friend-
available.
okay? But will it be friendly to changing gauges?
Yes. So one of the nice things about working in the round like this
Mm-hmm.
is we adjust our hook size and we adjust the yarn that we're working with.
Okay.
We can still get the same basic shape. We can still get the same final effect.
Okay.
And all we're doing is working on, as we do our decreases, as we decrease in the round, by allowing the decreases to take place at a fixed interval, like you
Mhm.
would if you were working in a knitted hat.
Right.
You
right.
don't have that big set of folds at the top that a lot of people don't like
Okay.
crocheted hats because of that.
Okay. Oh, this is very cute. I'm excited about this. Okay, talk a little bit about the patterns.
This pattern is
Okay.
currently available, and it will also be in the book because it's been very popular.
Okay.
And there'll also be a version of doing this, but with a knitted, if people would prefer to do the knitted rim
Oh,
at the
okay.
bottom.
Okay.
And then instead of binding off, you just work your crochet piece from there.
Okay.
And this one would be really beautiful. Again, in one of my favorites, in the chow.
Okay.
Yeah. We could use this carnival chow too. 'Cause that
I'm thinking this that black and white carnival is so pretty.
that would
I
be
did
great.
Seeking Solace cowl in that.
Mhm.
It was just beautiful. Yeah.
And the nice thing about the black and white is it goes with any coat.
Right. Right.
You know, you can even wear it with a brown coat.
Mhm.
So I like working with different yarns to try and get a slightly different effect. And I like crocheted hats because they're a little thicker.
Yeah. Okay.
They
Yep.
tend to be a little bit warmer. They take a little more yarn,
Mhm.
and you get a denser fabric
Right.
than you do
Okay.
with most knit hats, unless you knit 2 layers, do an inside and an outside.
Right.
But it's, if you feel it, it's kind of squishy too.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. I like this stitch very much. I am definitely. Okay, we're going to have to. All right, so you're going to have to check. I will talk to Rosann and find out with about the patterns because they're all up on Ravelry or on your website.
Oh, they're on my website.
On your website, okay. So I will be sharing Rosann's website so that you can get some of these patterns.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Terrific. Well, I
Very nice.
appreciate that, and I'm
Mhm.
always available to answer questions
Okay.
or do a
Yes.
crochet along. Or knit
Oh,
along.
wouldn't that be great?
It would. We could even do it on
Yes.
Zoom or something.
Yes.
And talk about that.
Okay. Alrighty.
So, was there anything else that sort of sparked your interest?
I'm just trying to remember if there was anything else. Oh, let's see.
We have.
I'm just trying. Oh, you know what? You have it hanging up.
Mhm.
That little neck piece right
This
there.
one? Oh, this
I
is so much fun.
love that.
Did you make one of these yet?
You know, I didn't get to it. I wanted to.
Hanui cotton. I didn't pull any out. Do you know where?
Hanui cotton is. Yes, I have some right there.
Oh, great.
I'll grab it. I started doing it, and for some reason, I got like, huh? It was at the very beginning, and I just didn't have. I just couldn't think about it, and I'm like, I'll do it another day when my brain is clearer. But I know it's like one of those things that's like, okay, come on, don't be dumb. So this is the Hanui cotton. We have that in. Oh, yeah, because I have a bunch of different colors of this. Oh, was this the color you used? Because
Yes.
I love this color.
Yes.
Oh, this is the color. Here we go.
And that's also a good point. If you think about what a yarn is going to look like when it's crocheted versus knit,
Right.
sometimes you're going to get a completely different effect.
Oh, sure.
So if you love working with a particular yarn when you knit with it,
Uh-huh.
you will enjoy the colors, but you may enjoy them in a very different way when they're crocheted.
Right.
Because as you're forming the stitches, the colors may present as slightly shorter runs because you're
Right.
using more yarn per
Sure.
stitch.
Yeah. And you've got your spaces going on.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this one has the negative space in it.
Right.
And it's this one did not take the whole skein
I
only because
didn't
I
think so.
wanted this one I wanted to be particularly small. This is almost half the skein.
I
So you could get
love the
two.
size. If you want to just, I love the size of it. I think the size is, it's like the size I like. It's not overwhelming, and it's just, oh, look how pretty that is.
And it comes in so many beautiful colors.
Yeah, it does.
I think that blue really
But
does the
again, you
coastal
could
line.
also do this in like so many other yarns,
Mhm.
and it would be amazing if you did it in a cotton linen blend. You could get a little more drape to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's such a pretty piece.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's a nice, easy crochet project because it's only a 2-row repeat.
Right.
And that's another criticism that some people have of crochet is the patterns get very intricate and they're not something you can easily memorize.
Right.
So
Right.
I try to do things that I can remember.
Yeah.
or that
Well,
other
I
people
appreciate
can-
that. I am known to look at patterns and like, how many rows? It's repeat. Okay, that's it. That's the one I'm
Exactly.
making. Yes.
This one's only a 2-row repeat, and
Yeah.
it really shows off the color runs, I think, of the
Yeah.
Hanui cotton really well.
It's so pretty.
It's a fun piece to work on.
Pretty.
And you can do it when you're just socializing. It's easy to put in a little bag and take with you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another nice thing about crochet is that you only have the one live stitch. So if you want to take a little project with you, you don't have
Yes.
to worry about a lot coming unraveled.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And there are some cases where it's just a little bit easier to do the project as crochet than it is to do knit. To do this as eyelets, there'd be a lot more counting.
Right, right.
Whereas
Oh,
with
yeah.
the crochet, you don't really have to count them.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's very pretty.
But that Hanui cotton is really just delightful to work with.
Yeah, I have to say, I haven't really had time to do anything with it, but I'm definitely going to have to do one of these, pull one of these colors for that and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because some of them are more sort of a solid than others.
Yes.
Some present with more of a stripe.
Yes, they do. I do love that one.
It's perfect for fall.
Yeah, it really is. Okay. All right. I'm thinking we've gotten through pretty much most of
Just all of
everything.
it.
Yeah, we did a good job.
And here's one more vertical. I know you
Okay.
like cows.
Yep. Oh, cute. Yes. And okay, this is knitted.
Yes,
This
one's
is
knit.
knitted. Oh yeah. Oh, that's
And-
just a nice little.
Mm-hmm. And this one is the Anka, but I really wanted to do it in the Hanui cotton too, because
oh, yeah.
I think at this time of the year, you can walk in and out of the air conditioning. It's nice to have
Right.
something that has more of a cotton base to it than wool,
Right.
depending upon where you are.
Now this must be in the book. or
That
no?
one is not in the book. That will be in the next book.
Okay, because I didn't think I remembered this one. Okay.
This one is actually going to be part of the topic of yarn substitution in the new book.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the idea is to take a concept and figure out different ways to reimagine it with
Mhm.
either what you have on hand or what the preferences may be of the person you're giving something to.
Okay.
So I tried to respond to people's concepts and ideas of what would make a successful project for them.
Right.
Is it something that's going to be easy to wash? Is it something where there's a short row repeat?
Mm-hmm.
Because really knitting it should be crocheting it should be just as much fun as wearing it.
Oh,
And giving
absolutely. That's why we're doing it.
Exactly.
That's why we're
That's why
making
I am.
these stuff. Yeah.
But this particular piece I like because it gives you that vertical stripe again. You don't have
Mhm.
to have the horizontal stripe around your neck.
Yeah. Very cute. Very
Thank you.
very cute. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we've gotten through things. I know I have no idea how long we've gone, but I'm sure we've been chatting for a while. So, and
Your chiclets.
my chiclets, yes. There's just one quick little thing I wanted to mention before I let you go. You guys, these have been flying out the door, and I just wanted to also let you know. So besides the regular chiclet, because we don't have much more time for these. Here we go.
Okay.
Although I'll tell you, last summer they sold like crazy all summer because they're such a cute little decoration. I mean, it's a great summer thing.
It's a fun little hostess gift too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I came up with a little, and somebody did come up with the name. It has a long name. So it's our mini crocheted. Wait a minute. No. We didn't get the crochet. So this is our mini Yankee Doodle chiclet chime. So it's the chiclet chime, the Yankee Doodle chiclet chime, and these kits. Again, they've been going out the door. I am making them up as fast as I can. So if you want if you want to be able to make these in time for the 4th of July, we still have plenty of time. I can get them out to you. But also what I wanted to let you know about was I did have some requests for crochet, and of course I couldn't let you guys, you all get down, what's the word? I'm getting tongue-tied here. That I did not want to disappoint. Right. Can't leave you all out here. So here we go. So we have the little crochet chiclet, and you can do it. You can make it up with the little, as the chime if you want, or it's also made so that you can just have him seated or her like this, just flat on the table or whatever. So anyway, so we have these available in crochet. So all you have to do is just let me know when you order them that you want knit or crochet, and just put it in the notes, and I will make that happen. Okay?
And they're a lot of fun to do. They don't take much time.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I thought that the knitted ones were quick. The crochet, I mean, a blink of an eye, it was done. It was so, I couldn't believe how fast it was. So anyway, yeah, really, really easy. And then you could also, I do have the regular crocheted, the bigger size. So if you wanted to make this in a bigger size, I do have the pattern for the big size available. That's on the website as well. You just change it over, make stripes. That's it. Nice and easy. So anyway, okay, so we're done with that. But I just thank you so much, Rosann. It was such a pleasure having you today and having you here. You are just delightful, and I'm so pleased.
It's just so nice to be able to come to such a beautiful shop.
Oh, thank you. So anyway, so thank you so much for joining us today, and I do hope that you check out Rosann's book, and also watch in the future, because as soon as that crochet, oh, and I will be letting you know, I'll put the link up for the patterns and Rosann's website, so you can get on that. But as soon as that book is available, you know it's going to be here in the shop as soon as possible, so you can watch for that. But anyway, so thanks so much for joining us, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Would you like your